Hey guys, welcome to Dylan's Still Hobbies, and considering that I literally make a comment on this topic in every single one of my Dragon Ball Super reviews, I decided to make a video on the topic of the Saiyans from Universe 6. What do I think about those characters? And here's the thing, this is the real reason why I'm going to be making this video. There is a lot of hate out there for these characters, and it's really funny because I don't think there are a lot of people that are in the middle. Either you like them or you hate them, and I think I am the only person that is really sort of in the middle, but it depends on what character you're talking about. Let's get into this. So, first off, let's talk about Caba. He was the first one introduced, and I thought it was really cool that there were Saiyans from Universe 6 when that was introduced and everything. I thought it was really, really cool that we had another Saiyan, and I even thought it was incredible when Vegeta taught Caba how to go Super Saiyan. I thought that was a perfect, I didn't think of it as just being a teacher moment. I thought that was more of a bonding moment. I figured Vegeta was getting old. He sees another Saiyan. He figures, you know what? This Saiyan doesn't really have much Saiyan pride or Saiyan power. That why not, in my old age, I tell him the secret to becoming Super Saiyan. It makes perfect sense for the character to want to tell Caba how to go Super Saiyan. And I absolutely loved that episode. It's not my favorite episode or anything, but it was definitely a fantastic episode when Caba was first introduced. And along the sides of Caba's personality and character, a lot of people have been comparing him to Gohan, and I understand that, but I just don't see that. I get it. Gohan was sort of the Saiyan that didn't want to fight. He was the one that, was more peace-driven than anybody else. And it was only at the very last second that made him snap into a warrior. But most of the time, he's a good guy, so to speak. And here's the thing. I understand seeing that. I know how you can see that when it comes to Caba. But Caba's character, to me, just seems so much different from Gohan. I don't know why. Maybe it's because we haven't spent a lot of time with Caba, unlike Gohan, that I just don't feel that comparison. I think it fits, but I just don't feel it. You know what I mean? Every time I look at Caba, I just see a Vegeta wannabe. That's what I see. A Vegeta wannabe. He wants to be as powerful as his master, and I really like the aspect of him and Vegeta sort of gaining that master and student bond there. I really do enjoy that. Now, let's talk about Califa for a second, shall we? Califa was the next Saiyan that was introduced, and she was introduced as a stronger character than Caba from day one, okay? Okay, and I actually really liked Califa from day one. I really liked what they... I knew that they had some sort of a plan with her, and I really like the way she was kind of introduced to us. Like, she's a warrior. She's not somebody to mess with. This felt like what a female Saiyan should be to me, and I honestly didn't mind it. Sure, she has a bad attitude, but you know what? A lot of characters get introduced with a bad attitude, but as soon as you learn more about them, you end up liking them, and some of them end up becoming our favorite characters. Let me point out Piccolo, for an example. Piccolo was a bad guy. We didn't know anything about him, and he had a bad attitude too, and then he through the adventure eventually becomes one of the most beloved characters in Dragon Ball, and this is how I'm looking at Califa. I'm not comparing Califa to Piccolo. I'm just saying Califa, definitely, I like the way they introduced her, and I think they definitely have a good story plan for her, and I can't wait to see it. And we have been seeing it. Now, let's take a look at Kale. She is Miss Broly. Let's throw that out of the window, okay? She is definitely female Broly, okay? And when it comes to the character Broly, you know, I'm just going to say it right now. A lot of people hate to say canon, and that's the whole point here. Canon. All of the Dragon Ball movies, okay? Except you can somehow tie in Dragon Ball Battle of Gods, but here's the thing about Battle of Gods. Battle of Gods was turned into an arc, as well as the Frieza thing, Golden Frieza arc. That was all an arc of the show, so all of the movies, all of them, are not canon. And out of all of the movie villains, Broly is not my favorite. He's not my least favorite. He's in the middle for me. I really enjoyed the Broly movies. I did when I was a kid, when I watched them. But that doesn't mean Broly is my favorite character. However, I know that Broly in the Dragon Ball community is a beloved movie villain, and I completely understand that. My favorite character, my favorite movie villain is actually Cooler, which was supposed to be Frieza's brother. But again, that Cooler is not in canon, and I completely understand that, and so is Broly, and I think people really need to understand that Broly was never canon, he'll never be canon, he was never in Universe 7 at all, and the only reason Kale was even created, the only reason, was to get Broly fans to watch Dragon Ball Super, okay? It's that is the simple basics of this. Absolutely. And you know what? While Broly was a really good character, was a very cool movie villain and everything, character-wise, he's not that great. So he hates Goku because Goku woke him up as a baby. What? I'm sorry. I loved the movie, and this isn't supposed to be a review for that movie, but it would just make more sense if he hated Vegeta and was trying to get revenge on Vegeta because Vegeta was the one that tried to kill his dad. And, Vegeta's dad was the one who tried to kill his dad, tried to kill him, too. And, it just made a little bit more sense to do it that way, but that's not what they did. They went with the whole Goku thing, and, I like the idea that he was the original legendary Super Saiyan, if you want to say, but I always look at Goku being the original legendary Super Saiyan, and I really don't care that much about Broly. So, yeah, the character, when you actually get down deep to the character of Broly, he's not that great of a character. He has some awesome power, he looks cool and all that, but that's about it. And that's why people love him, is because he looks cool and he has awesome power. But from a character standpoint, he's not really that great of a character. Unlike Kale, in my opinion. I think this is Toriyama's way of wanting to redo the Broly movie right. And in my opinion, while I know a lot of people hate it, I actually really like what they're doing with Kale. Kale is that scared and somewhat terrified, I'd say, much like Broly. She really isn't that super strong, but she wants to protect her universe, and more importantly, she wants to protect her sis, which is Califa, and through that, she is starting to learn how to go Super Saiyan, and I absolutely love that aspect. Now, moving on to the Saiyan forms. Okay, Caba goes Super Saiyan, and then he teaches Kale and Califa to go Super Saiyan. And although a lot of people hate that tingly back thing that she does, I think it was because of the vision, the little side vision of her back with that energy building up there. I think that was completely unnecessary. I don't like that aspect, but it makes perfect sense that when you first go Super Saiyan, you get super angry and everything, and that points all energy towards your back, because you know it's true. Some guy made a video about it, I can't remember who, but the energy really just comes from inside, and it makes sense that, you know, you strengthen your back and the power flows, you know? It's all about ki and all that. It's all about chakra and all that. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, which, considering you're a Dragon Ball fan, you should be, then it just kind of makes sense. And you know what? It even explained why Goku and Vegeta were able to go Super Saiyan without being so angry later on. Of course, they never stated it in the show, but it just made sense. And I think this was Toriyama's way of explaining why they're able to go Super Saiyan without being so angry at the time. Because, my god, if Goku and Vegeta, well, if Goku was angry during the entire time he was a Super Saiyan, throughout the entire series, I don't know if everybody would like Goku as much as we all do if Goku was mad all the time, you know? Vegeta's always mad. But, moving on. Now, when it comes to Califa going Super Saiyan and then Super Saiyan 2, like I said, she was sort of showed to be stronger, or at least introduced to be stronger than Caba from day one. So, when she went Super Saiyan 2 for that first time, it just made sense. It was just, I don't know, I thought it was just because she was that much stronger than Caba. It just, I had no problem with her going Super Saiyan 2, alright? It just made, it felt genuine. That's what I'm trying to say. It felt genuine to me, okay? Now, when it comes to Kale, Kale has her Super Saiyan form. She gets a little buff, her hair turns green and everything, and it's really cool. I like her. And then, of course, she has the Berserker form, which is the Broly form, where she loses her control. I really like Kale, though. I really like Kale's character, and you really get a sense when watching the show, at least to me, you really get the sense that these characters know each other and have known each other for a very long time and very well. Now, I will agree that the fact that they are gaining all these forms in the past 2 days is a little bit crazy. I kind of wish they were training maybe a little month before the Tournament of Power, but you know, what can you do? That's how Toriyama wrote this story. And also, this is very important to me. I wish we had somewhat of a backstory on Kale. Maybe this isn't the first time that she's ever gone into her Berserker form. Maybe when she was a little kid, maybe when she was 5 years old, she's always had this power locked up, and every time she goes really angry, she has gotten that form, and that's why so many people in her universe is scared of Kale, and Califa was the only person who wasn't scared of Kale and eventually became friends. Maybe they could do somewhat of a backstory similar to that for Califa and Kale, and that's why I'm hoping, because it would just kind of make more sense that Califa has had this, that Kale has had this form for a while and not just for 2 days. Now, moving on to Caba going Super Saiyan 2. I don't like the build-up, okay? It doesn't feel genuine to me. Caba was a weak character. He was supposed to be a weak character. I don't like him getting that form at all. Okay, it doesn't feel genuine to me. It doesn't feel right to me. I don't like Caba gaining that form out. It would make more sense and be more impressive to me if he beat that girl using Super Saiyan. Not Super Saiyan 2, but Super Saiyan. Okay? In my opinion, that it just doesn't feel right that he was able to go Super Saiyan 2. Okay? It didn't feel right to me. Now, on the aspect that Califa is going to go Super Saiyan 3. No. That is right. I say no to that. Okay, I get the idea that she is super excited and want to become more powerful and everything. And, I love the very fact that Goku is somewhat training these two, Kale and Califa, to become stronger. And I love the fact that him and Vegeta are somewhat showing these younger Saiyans that they have a chance to become stronger in the future. I definitely do believe that if Universe 7 wins, they're going to wish back Universe 6, possibly the other universes as well. I just feel like if Califa got Super Saiyan 3 now, doesn't matter what the build-up is, it would be way too soon. It would be really way too soon. She's only been able to go Super Saiyan for the past 2 days. Now, Super Saiyan 2, like I said, it felt genuine because she was introduced to be that much stronger than Caba. But Super Saiyan 3, no. Now, on the fact that they are going to fuse. Okay, I don't know how they are. I don't know the spoilers or anything. I've only seen the Nets preview for the episode. They are going to fuse. I don't know how that's going to be allowed. But let me go back and look at Gotenks, Gohan, and Trunks. Or no, I'm sorry, Goten and Trunks were Super Saiyans then, and they were very close to becoming Super Saiyan 2. It made perfect sense that when they fused, they were able to go Super Saiyan 3. Okay, if Caba and Califa, if Califa and Kale go Super Saiyan 3 after fusing, I'll be alright with it. In fact, I would be alright if they go Super Saiyan 3 Berserker form, if you can call it that. I don't know, that just sounds really cool and crazy to me. Super Saiyan 3 Berserker form, where only something like Jiren or Ultra Instincts could possibly take that out. I would like to see that. A Super Saiyan 3 Berserker form, only if those two fuse, which they are, but, in my opinion, I don't want them to go. I don't want Califa to learn Super Saiyan 3. I'm okay if she fuses and then goes Super Saiyan 3. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of these two? I like these two. I like the story. I know a lot of people hate them right now, and I understand the hates, but at the same time, I'm really enjoying these two. Out of all of the characters that were introduced since the beginning of Dragon Ball, my favorite characters would obviously be Whis, Hit, and Califa and Kale. Out of all of the characters that were first introduced, those are probably my favorite. Jiren hasn't been... We haven't seen much of Jiren, though what we have seen is pretty powerful, but I won't say Jiren because I don't know most of the story. He isn't there for me yet, though I do love Jiren. He isn't at my favorite characters yet, but Hit, Whis, and those two Saiyans are definitely my favorite characters that were introduced since the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Do you like these two? I like these two. Do you like the Universe 6 Saiyans? I like the Universe 6 Saiyans. Do you like their forms? Do you like their powers? I like Califa's Super Saiyan 2. I like Kale's Broly form. I don't like Caba's Super Saiyan 2. I like Caba's Super Saiyan. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think, and I'm out. Bye.